was born in 1994, more than 30 years ago, and I will give you some words about ITI. We are not placed here, right in the beach, but we are very close to here. We have different locations around Valencia. One is in the Technical University of Valencia, where we have a lot of facilities to develop different activities for sure research. We are around 300 people, 320 people working on these technologies, but also to organize events and plenary meetings like you will have tomorrow there about this project. And we have two new locations in Paterna, which is 20 kilometers far from here, where we have bigger facilities for experimenting, mainly bigger labs, and two buildings, the red one and the white one. So, in a nutshell, ITI was always working for 30 years for accelerating the adoption of innovative data and AI technologies. We have a long track record working in creating technology. We have our own technologies for data exploitation and sharing. One is WiSphere, as you can see there. Another one is Aitana. We are the largest technology center in Spain, at least, and one of the largest in Europe, specifically focused on data and AI. We are just a technological center. We are not focused on industry, health, on verticals. We are focused on creative technology. We have had an important role in different key initiatives around data and AI in Europe, like European DIHs, and you will see today a roundtable about European DIHs. We are coordinating the one from the Valencia region. For sure, AI networks, and this project is an example, and data spaces, which are for sure very important for the development of AI in Europe. We have, as I said before, experimentation and demonstration labs where companies can come and test in a safe environment and then go to the market when they are ready to go. We have around 250 companies that are members because we are an association, a non-for-profit association, and around 500 companies in our ecosystems. And we have relevant projects like this one, AI for Europe, but also others related to the deployment of data spaces and others. This is our innovation framework, everything related to data, or the data in the middle, and we are developing different enablers, technology enablers around data, from the data gathering with cyber physical systems, data communications, cyber connectivity, covering all the cloud continuum from the edge to the cloud, big data analytics, statistical and meta-heuristical technology techniques for optimization, and for sure, last but not least, artificial intelligence, where we are working for more than 30 years in computer vision, pattern recognition, deep learning, and all these technologies. We can say that we are combining the three elements. In one side, we are working on the infrastructure side, in the baseline, also in the data side, but also in the AI side. So we are working in the trinity of the trusted cloud data and AI as a gateway for Europe's competitiveness, which is one of our lemmas or our objectives. We have a strategic positioning at European level, also at the national level. We are members of the board of directors of BDBA, also Gaia. We are members of IDSA, related more on the data chain. We are coordinating the INDI project, which is the EDIH of Valencia. We have coordinated the EU Has for Data project, which is also a very important project at European level, creating a federation of innovation spaces with data and AI. We are coordinating, or have coordinated, the AI for ES, which is the network of excellence at the Spanish level, of four, the main four research centers in Spain working on AI. We're working together to create an alliance. And we are for sure working on AI for Europe as a partner. And sorry. And this is our way of working for a long time ago, and this is maybe one of the reasons we are working on AI for Europe. We, as a technology center, as a research center, working very close and creating trust in our local ecosystem, local economy, we receive non-so-mature companies that want to work with data and AI. So we receive those companies, and we provide different resources, services, and also knowledge and skills. And we configure a personalized scenario for those companies, combining infrastructures, data, services, and business, creating this safe environment to make companies test before invest, we can say, before going to the market. Once the companies are ready for going to the market, they can go to the market and they leave ITI, they leave ITI facilities. So this is where the way we were working for a long time, and this is also the way I for Europe is planning to deliver the results of the project. So this is the reason we were involved in the project. In one side, because we are very connected to other international initiatives, and we are working for the engagement of different initiatives with the project, and also because of our technologies related to AI and our way of working with companies and also with researchers. Just to present the agenda of the today, this morning, we are having now the welcome and opening. Next, we will Barry O'Sullivan will give you the welcome. Barry is the coordinator of the project, and also Evangelia Markidou is the project officer of the project from the European Commission, will give you the welcome as well. We will have a keynote, well, not a keynote, sorry, the launch of the AI on Demand platform from Joachim van Skoren. This session will be followed as well in a streaming. Then we will have a presentation of the Deploy AI project, which is our broader project, we can say, the other side of the coin. Then a keynote speaker from a very well-known researcher from here, from Valencia, from the Technical University of Valencia, Vicente Botti. And then we will go to different sessions, hands-on UX session, test the AI on demand yourself. Then we will have a coffee break at 11 o'clock for 20 minutes to make some networking. And then we will continue with the AI on demand in action, use cases presentations, a roundtable about the European DIHs and also the INDI, which is our DIH here in the Valencia region. Another roundtable related to AI in practice, unlocking European innovation through AI on demand platform. And then what's next for the AI on demand platform, which will be kind of closure of the sessions and the next steps along the project and then after the project with Barry and Rupert Pecina, and then the closing remarks and final reflections and the lunch before, for the closing. So that's all for my introduction. Thank you very much for being here. It's our pleasure to host this meeting here, and I give the floor to Barry to give the welcome. I will take it.
Thank you very
born
much. Thank you.
in
So good morning,
1994.
everybody.
30
This is a
years
very
ago.
important day for us
And
in
I will
AI for
give you
Europe. We're
some
going to
words
launch
about
the second
ITI.
version of
We are
the
not placed here,
platform that the
right
project
in
has been
the
developing.
beach,
So the AI on Demand
but we are very
platform has
close
two
to
projects
here. We have
basically coordinating at
different
the moment. There's the AI
locations
for Europe project,
around
which
Valencia.
I
One is
coordinate,
in
and
the
you'll hear in a
Technical
few minutes
University of
from,
Valencia,
well,
where
maybe
we have
about
a lot of
half an hour or
facilities
so from colleagues
to
from Deploy
develop
AI who are
different activities for
continuing the
research.
development of
We are
the,
around 300 people,
platform.
320 people.
I want to thank everybody who's worked so hard for to release the platform today, and you know who you are, but it's been a huge effort. And so great thanks to our colleagues at LOBA and from TUE and from all of the other technical partners that we have in the project. So, so first of all, I guess, what is the, let me see if I can, there we go. We're so down. Okay, so what is the AI on Demand platform? Well, basically, the platform is trying to develop an ecosystem for the European AI community. So develop channels for promoting the excellence in AI research in Europe, to support the innovation community, reproducibility, to support collaboration. And this has been a project, this has been an initiative, a strategic initiative of the European Commission for quite some time now. And so the AI for EU project ended a number of years ago in 2019. Many of you here were part of that. A couple of years later, the AI for Europe project began. And of course, last year, our sister project, Deploy AI, came into being. And so our remit within AI for Europe is really to support the research community, the academic and also industrial research community. And our colleagues at Deploy AI, then the other side of the coin, they're developing a suite of services and features for the industrial community. So you'll hear all about that in a second. So the vision is to bring everybody together in one place. And so you'll be hearing today about a single location where people can go and view the AI on Demand platform. And from our point of view, from the AI for Europe lens, we're very much focused on researchers and students and SMEs who are doing some research, tech providers, digital innovation hubs. So Suzanne will lead a roundtable on that shortly. And so the idea is that people can share their progress, they can upload their assets, they can develop services, they can benefit from those services. And so a very ambitious initiative, of course. And so obviously the vision is to empower the European research and innovation community, ensuring a European seal of quality, which is human-centric, trustworthy AI. So this is where Europe seeks to differentiate itself internationally in the development of trustworthy AI assets. And of course, we have the European AI Act now, ensuring that that can not only be a principle, but also be a regulatory dimension. And so there are lots of ways of looking at the platform that we have developed, but there are three primary pillars in a sense. One is the metadata catalog. So the backbone of the platform is a catalog that stores the metadata for all of the assets and services that people share on the platform. And this is accessible and can be developed further and accessed using an API, which you'll hear about later. The second pillar is a common infrastructure for machines, so people can come along and instantiate the platform. They can share their own resources to the community. And so this is something that can be done seamlessly, again, controlled and enabled through this powerful API that has been developed. And finally, a single sign-on facility. So everybody has credentials at their university. They have credentials for lots of online services. And so using that same login, your ECAS login, for example, if you wish, you can log in and use the features of the platform. So the barrier to use and entry is minimized. And so why should you participate in the AI on Demand platform? Now, lots of people here are already strong users of it, but obviously you want to be able to develop your own components, your own services, your own tools. So you might wish, for example, to build a reproducibility tool. You might want to build some sort of matchmaking tool. You might want to build a tool to support AI literacy. You can do that all on the platform. We've made available how-to videos. As I said, you can build upon the metadata catalog. There's an API that you can use to develop these things. And so it's all there for you to use. And Joaquin will give you a sense of the platform shortly, the new version. It's a dissemination channel, so if you're running a project or you want to share news, events, and so on, you can do that on the platform. So there's a very easy to use brand book, there's a very easy to use WordPress style if you want to create a website for your project using WordPress. So this is all there to make it easy for you to engage with the platform. And of course, one of the really nice features, given the focus on AI literacy and education, is that there are a large number of AI resources on the educational resources on the platform for you to use. So you can use and find data sets. There's a very large, over 500,000 data sets that are accessible through the platform. So there's a very nice service called My Library that allows you to explore all that content. AI Builders is a system that allows you to drag and drop and create your own applications. You have this Research and Innovation Lab, so you can run your own experiments. You can use that to basically study how your particular prototype, your particular algorithm might work on a variety of things. And we've been working closely with other projects. So, for example, there's services like RoboCompass then for the robotics community and many, many others. So who are we? Well, there's more than 1,000 users on the platform at the moment. 2 projects, as mentioned, Deploy AI and AI for Europe. And over 160 projects are engaging with us. So it's a really large initiative. And in terms of the kinds of assets and activities, you know, the numbers speak for themselves. It's beginning to really take off. And so today what you'll see is the next instantiation of the AI for Europe side, the researcher-focused part of the platform. And we'd like you to enjoy that. And so without further ado, what I'm going to do is, so a couple of websites here for you to look at in terms of the platform, the 2 sides, and there's a joint landing page where there's a single presentation of the platform, of the AI on Demand platform. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the program officer, Evangelia, who leads the sector at DG Connect on AI, and she leads out on the AI on Demand platform and many other initiatives in AI for the European Commission. So I'd like her maybe to say a few words to us before we begin more formally. Thank you, Evangelia.
The vision
Slide?
Yeah.
Go back to the vision slide.
Yes. So good morning, everybody. And thanks, Daniel, Barry, and all the colleagues for hosting us here in Valencia. And just like Valencia is now, the on-demand platform is also now. So now is the time that we have to kind of really act together and make sure that we deliver on the many promises of the platform. That's the mission, no? Yeah, the mission.
Can we get the vision slide up on the, can we go back to the vision slide? Can we go back to the slide with the vision on it?
If it's, otherwise it's not a problem, because I wanted to go back to the individual elements of the vision. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is an endeavor that has not just started with AI for Europe or Deploy AI, the 2 sides of the coin, as we mentioned, but it started with a previous project, the AI for EU. So this is an endeavor really to make sure that we create a hub, a platform for all the European AI researchers and innovators in Europe, where it's easy for them to kind of engage also with each other, but also to test out and experiment with the assets that have been developed by all the European projects that we are funding also under Horizon Europe and before under Horizon 2020. So it is a very important and strategic importance, this project. And we want to really make sure that it also delivers and it gives the assets and the tools to the AI researchers to innovate. Now, where we are in the moment in Europe is really, I mean, I don't know how many of you also saw the publication of last month, the big communication that we had on the AI Continent Action Plan. We really put measures in place to make sure that Europe becomes the AI continent. And in order to innovate and become competitiveness, you have to start from research. So you have to exploit the research and innovate out of the research outcomes. And we sit on really a wealth, I would say, of research assets that are being produced from the variety of research projects that we are funding, and we really want to make sure that they are being exploited. So the platform is the one place where researchers should go and innovators in Europe to really exploit them. So now that you created the second website, we hope now that you're going to put also everything in place and all the measures to make sure that those researchers in Europe will find and will engage with the platform. So now it's important not only to unify and bring all those researchers together, but to engage them with this platform. So I really hope that I'm going to see today and tomorrow all the initiatives that you've put in place, all the tools that you have also behind the front end website that will engage. And then, of course, importantly, is that we want to also show to the public one platform. So in the coming months, I want also to see further engagements and stronger collaborations between the two projects that want to deliver this platform to make sure that it's a seamless experience for the outside user, for external users to engage with this platform. So all eyes are on you. This platform is very important for us, and now it's very important for you also to deliver in this last steps and this last mile, which is very important. And I really am going to make sure those 2 days that I'm going to be here with you, with my colleague, that we are going to make this happen. I see a lot of engagement and motivation, and now it's really, for me, important to make sure that you're going to deliver and that we bring those researchers to the platform, because now the most important is really to bring users to the platform, because the usefulness has to be also demonstrated. You have a great platform, now bring the users to that, and let's see how we can bring users to this and make sure that they engage with this, because there is, as I said again, there is a lot of wealth in the AI assets that we have created in our research projects and beyond. We have now the AI factories in place, so it will be also very easy now also for innovators to kind of engage and access European supercomputing facilities. There are a lot of the assets there, there are a lot of modules there to create and experiment, as you said. And as Valencia is now, as I started in the beginning, their on-demand platform is now as well. And I really hope to see now this kind of engagement, but also the first steps towards the right direction, and really collaboration also between the two projects, and really actions, actions, and actions. And let's get this started.
Great, thanks, Evangelia. So there's the call to action. That's the job we have to do for the next few days and for the remainder of the duration of AI for Europe, and obviously leading in and supporting our colleagues at Deploy AI. So next up is Joachim van Schoren, the technical lead of AI for Europe, and he's going to give us he's going to formally launch the platform. So as well as many other great accolades, as I mentioned, Joachim is the technical lead of AI for Europe. He's the founder of OpenML. He's at the Technical University of Eindhoven, leading the automated machine learning lab there, and he's very active in the NeurIPS community. He was the inaugural chair of the benchmarks and datasets track there. Gives many tutorials and has many fantastic and well-deserved prizes to his name. So without further ado, great thanks to Joachim for leading out on this, and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi. Of course, does it work? I'll just let that is okay. All right. So yeah. As been mentioned, the mission of this project is really to take all the really interesting work that AI researchers, you and other people do in Europe. We produce so much interesting things, as Evangelia said. Software, and we're really on the cutting edge in many fields, building things and putting things out. The problem oftentimes is that these resources are scattered across different platforms. And this is a good thing. It's sort of a Wild West where we can move fast, we can build new platforms, we can really use the tools which are best for doing what we do. But a bit of a downside is that then those resources are scattered over different platforms, and different platforms focus on different things. So wouldn't it be great if we can bring them together under one umbrella. So researchers in Europe can easily find all the work that we've been doing and easily use that in a united way, no matter where it's hosted, whether it's OpenML or Hugging Face or Zenodo or OpenAir, all those different platforms, and use it in a consistent way and build on top of this. And by doing this, build new things and share them again on the platform. So the idea is to not create yet another silo, because it's basically impossible to tell all the world's AI researchers, oh, let's all go to this one platform, because people are very ingrained in the tools they use and they want to build their own tools. Right? So what you want to do is to integrate existing infrastructure. Right? Combine the resources that are everywhere, link services and integrate them into the platform. So we can build this common platform that we can all build new services on top of. And again, by doing that, also share the resources you build, the new models, again, on the platform. So we have a common place where we can combine everything without forcing anybody to do something that they don't want to do. Right? This will allow the AI community to keep using the tools they love, whether they use PyTorch or any tools they want. They can just import data sets, for instance, into their pipelines. They can access all the AI resources uniformly. They don't have to skip through 10 platforms, try to understand how they represent things, right? And build new services on top of that. So how do we do this? Start by creating very easy-to-use interfaces, no matter what kind of user you are. Well, mainly academics, teachers, students, and so on, right? But depending on what kind of the way you work. For instance, we have a website where you can easily navigate things. We'll have a chatbot that you can ask any question, it will give you answers. And we have an API for the more tech-savvy people to really get down into the details and even change the platform itself to do what they need to do. And this goes from no code to real people who love to write custom code. And on top of this, we build a list of services for people to help use AI. That means search and discovery, easily find things. That means learning about AI, finding resources to learn, connect to other people in Europe, build new models, run experiments, reproduce those experiments, and many, many more. And build your own services on top of it as well. And then we connect existing infrastructure and the communities as well. Don't forget the communities. Many platforms have their own communities. We want to bring them together, right? So share data models where you want. Figure out what's the best platform for you. If you want to make your own platform, that's great as well. You can integrate that as too. You can share what you want, not just, like most platforms can only offer one or two types, like data sets and models. Here you can share data sets, models, publications, events, courses, anything you want. And this is all entirely open source. So if something is not supported, you can add it yourself, or you can talk to us and we can add it for you. Right? So we can build together. Okay, with that, let me just sit down and walk you through the new platform. Okay, so big redesign happened because before we were all building these interesting services, like the web portal, we had the search, we had services from other people in other projects in Europe. We had the chatbot, we had the experimentation things, but they were all sort of independent services with a different look, with a different interface. So what we worked on very hard the last months is to bring this all together in one very simple design. Right? So we united all the data we had into a metadata base where all the information from all those platforms is stored. We import that from other platforms as well. And then we have like one layer, which is the catalog, which you can access programmatically to get all the information you want. And also share new information, also put new information in the databases. And on top of that, we have a unified look for all the services we have. We have a web portal, we have an AI-enhanced search that I'll show you. You can also share resources on the platform. There's a whole bunch of services, and there's a community portal where you can find other projects in Europe, where you can talk to other people, you can ask questions to us, and so on. Right. So let's give you a small demo. So we've been live since yesterday. This is a new website. We have a light team and a dark team, depending on what you want. And so on the cover page, you already see there's links to all the resources we have. There's many more than that. So you can search that. You can also find the different tools that we have. You can find also more descriptions, and we have the community, so you can see other AI projects in Europe. You can find experts, you can find educational resources, and so on. Right. So let's just walk you through, first of all, the resources. Oh, of course. Okay, cool. So now we are on the. So here you can search for anything you want. So say you want to have something about human activity recognition, you can search, and we have this also enhanced search, which uses AI to understand what you want to do, and it finds the most interesting resources for you. So you can find different data sets here. You can also search for, maybe you want other services. Oh, that's a bit slow. Or educational resources, and you can also select where, for which platform you want it to be. So you can also select maybe only from OpenML, only from Hugging Face, and you can filter down on that. And we'll add many more filter options in the coming weeks and months. Okay, so you can click on any of these, and you can find more information about. This one doesn't have much information. But you can find more information about what this is. You can be redirected with a website where there's more information about the website and so on. You can also tag resources. So if there's something you like, you can bookmark it. And then in My Bookmarks, you'll have a list of all the things that you bookmarked for yourself, so you can easily find them later. All right, that's the main items for resources. We also have a list of tools. Oh, sorry, you also have the API, of course. So click here, you will find information about the API. Most people won't use it directly. They will typically use the Python SDK, for instance. This is a Python interface. We can very easily talk to the platform to get a little bit more technical. For instance, here, if you want to use AI on demand, it's very easy to install. It's like a one-click install, one-line install. That's it. Now it's installed. Then you can ask things like, okay, list me all the data sets. You can also add a search term here. You can also limit how many resources you want. Right, so now you get a list of all the data sets, for instance, in the platform. You can ask more particular questions, like you want to know, for instance, what licenses were used by people. You can do a search, like in this case, national forests. You get results only for that. You can get more metadata. Really find great metadata about that data set. You can also download data itself, right? So you don't need to figure out how do I get this data. We provide easy ways for you to actually get that data. And now here, there's the data. You can start working with it, right? And you can do this for all the thousands and hundreds of thousands of data sets that we have out there. You can also do other things. You can search for publications, for models, for educational resources. For robotics resources, like courses and platforms for robotics. Machine learning models about body recognition in this case. And here, educational resources. So this API allows you to, from wherever you are, right? So most AI researchers, they work in code, and this will allow them to import code, run experiments, build models, and also share those models with the platform. Right. Yeah, so there's the API, like I said, is very easy to install and just use. Then we also have, you can also integrate your own tools. So this is an example from one of the networks of excellence. So they built this catalog of institutions in Europe and what they're good at. And now all that information is available online. If you go to the website, it will pull in all the information from the metadata store. You can browse all over Europe to see what other different institutes are doing. So it makes it very easy to find and reuse those resources. You can update them when needed. So whenever maybe information about those places changes, you can update it. You can build your own tools, you can download resources, do useful things, and share the results back. So we create a rapid feedback cycle, and the more people use this, the more and more resources will become available. We already have a very nice set of results, AI resources like models, data sets, educational resources, and so on. And today, we launched a new website, the search and the API. By the end of May, we also have the create and edit UI, so you can add things to the website. End of June, we also have the chatbot released, more advanced experimentation tools. They are there now, but we'll improve the UI for that. We'll also make the search more powerful. End of July, we'll have API updates. End of August, we'll have an update. So throughout this timeline, we'll also gather more feedback from you and other people to improve the interfaces and also integrate the chatbot in the search. So other services, and everything happens open, so you can go on our website, you can see what we're working on right now, and what time we hope to complete that. And it's all open source, so join us and also help building those things and add new things. Things we're working on are, for instance, the catalog API. So this is an interface where you can add new, in this case, new educational resources or new data sets or new models through the website. We have this experimentation engine where you can very easily do experiments. For instance, you can train a model on a data set and evaluate it, and this will run that experiment in the cloud. It will give you the results back. And this is a nice interface. So we'll be working on further improving the interface. We have the AI builder where you can, it's a no-code environment where you can, on a canvas like this, import data sets, import models, and do things with them. And all the latest LMs like GPT, Mistral, Tugan are there as well. We have a chatbot coming up, so you can ask any question that you want, and it will give you an answer. So it will give you an explanation, for instance, here about what AIoT is, what the features are, and there will be links with more information that actually work to find more, to learn more about that. And you can use the same interface to also look for resources like data sets. So next query, for instance, would be that. And we're really hoping to, like this is for literature, but we're planning that this should support something like very specific, like I'm looking for a data be this large and so on, so it can answer those kind of questions. Okay, with that, that's it. Go explore and tell us how to make this more useful to you. And looking forward to the next 2 days to work on this. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Do you want to take some questions? Is there any questions from the room before we move on? No? Okay, well, obviously. Oh, God, there you go.
Yes, please.
That's a very optimistic one. Sorry. Great. Any other questions? No. Okay, so thanks, Joachim, that was great. And so we'll see lots of the aspects of the platform during the morning. So I'd like to welcome Rupert from Deploy AI to give us an overview. So Rupert is the technical lead of Deploy AI. So this is the other side of the coin as we're talking it, and that's exactly the name of his presentation. So without further ado.
So, good morning. Hi, my name is Rupert Betschiner. I'm leading the platform development for Deploy AI. Let's try out if I can. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm working here for Convotis, and I'm quite happy to be here, that we jointly can build here the future of European AI development and bring forces together. the other side of the coin. So we heard from Barry and from Joaquin the focus on research and innovation. In the sister project, like it's called Deploy AI, we focused more on industry and on SMEs. And it's really about facilitating the